All right, we are back on Saturday, September, what is it, the 17th, 2012. And we have tonight Wayne Mesker from Woodstock Forever Entertainment.
Is your video on?
Is my video on? No, it's not, but I will turn it on. There we go. Thank you. And we are all good over there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this big giant staff we have in here tonight is all, everybody's working really hard. Barry's working really hard. And he should be in here working harder in this office and that, not in that office. And like getting on Facebook and committing espionage, Facebook espionage with us. You don't get mad at us, you guys, if we contact you. Now, Don Yates, which is actually Hollywood Yates, and we can pick on him. Can you look up Hollywood? I had him on the show last week.
Yeah.
And tell him, just send a message saying that Mark Connors is talking smack about you on his show. Piss him off.
I'm on it.
Yeah. And he'll come out here and whoop my ass. You know who Hollywood Yates is, man. He was a friggin' he was Wolf on The American Gladiator. And he's a buffed out dude. He's a real buffed out dude. And hopefully we'll have him on the show here again real soon because he's a lot of fun. So, what do you got for us on stories there, Miss Jen? Some fun stories. And before we get out there, also there's another thing here too. Do you know if you have Sherry Cassidy Radusky on that Facebook right there?
Yes, but I don't have her on chat right now.
We are talking about you right now, Sherry. And the reason why we are doing that is because Sherry Radusky, and she knows I keep trying to reach her. Maybe she got married recently and her husband doesn't let her have male friends anymore. I don't know. But haven't heard back from her. And the reason why we're trying to reach Sherry is because Sherry is a rocker and she knows good rock. She's worked with a lot of bands. Right now she's working doing other things. She owns her own company, but she knows the Florida market and the Nashville market. She's from both cities, and she lived in Nashville long time ago, but she's been living in Florida, and I haven't had a chance to meet Sherry. I've talked to her a bunch of times before, working with some of the bands that we had going back and forth. But anyway, Sherry, we're trying to get you to call in so we can talk to you about Florida bands, Florida rates, and what the bands are doing out there. And it's pretty shitty out here in California, and it's pretty shitty all the way around the country, basically, because bands are just not working as much. And that's what we wanted to talk with you a little bit about and find out what the spiel is out there with those bands. So tonight's topic, though, that we're getting into on this second part of our show, Saturday, November 17, 2012, is record label scams. Do you know any bands, Jen, that try to make it? You ever seen anybody that's really trying to make it in showbiz before?
No.
Besides myself. Great. It's nice talking to you, Jen. Anyway, Wayne knows, though. Wayne will be giving us a call. From Woodstock Forever Entertainment. He produces, promotes, pushes, manages all kinds of different groups. And I believe he's in Atlanta, Georgia or something like that. We'll find out later on tonight. And then also, again, UFO tickets with our one and only local artist here that just kicks ass big time in our studios. Symbolic. They'll be opening up with UFO that night. Should be a really cool show. They also opened up for Michael Schenker a few months ago, and as we all know that are into UFO or Michael Schenker played in UFO for some time. And also, I did some checking on Billy Squier, not Billy Currington, the butthead country star that we trashed his grass purposely to just piss him off, and another one that we picked on, another country star we picked on. No response, of course, because he's a pussy. I can say that, damn it. It's my show, and what are they going to do? Throw me off? Who's going to do it? Me. I want to every day. Fire him. Fuck him. Fire his ass. That is bullshit, man. We're on the bullshit thing today, too. So I don't know. I don't know if you know about the bullshit thing.
Speaking about bullshit, did you know that there's a town in Alaska where a cat has been the mayor for the past 15 years?
Is it San Diego? That would explain a lot.
No, it is up in Alaska. A cat named Stubbs has been the mayor of Talkeetna, Alaska, for nearly all of his life.
And how long has that been?
Almost 15 years.
Okay, so you're telling me that a cat lived for 15 years so far, and he is the mayor of a town.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Does he have, did he inherit money or something? How do you become a mayor of a town?
Maybe he was elected.
And I you know what? Maybe, well, obviously, I would have loved to have been there for his election speech. Meow. Meow. Meow.
That's bullshit.
Okay, you are now our mayor. You know why you're our mayor? Because you say just as much as anybody else. Jack shit nothing, and it's not true anyway, so who gives a shit? Meow. You like Jethro Tull?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
You ever seen him sing? He's very theatrical. He's kind of like Meatloaf. God, I get hungry every time I say that guy's name. I swear to God. Meatloaf. I'm hungry now. Okay, so back to the news. A cat that was a friggin' mayor. Okay, what next? Crazy fucking thing can we come up with in this world?
There is a rise in alcohol poisoning amongst teens by ingesting hand sanitizer. I am not sure.
And how are they ingesting it?
Well, I was just trying to read to find out if they're actually consuming it thinking it's alcohol or if they're just eating it off their hands. But New Jersey, capital city in New Jersey, is running out of toilet paper.
I do that all the time. What the fuck? Shut up, yeah, pussy.
Toilet paper supplies in Trenton, the capital of U.S. state of New Jersey, may run out by week's end, following their city council's dispute over budgets. That would be a big problem.
You know what cracks me up is that I've always said that probably the best business you could ever open up would be a toilet paper company. Now, and the reason why is because every person on earth uses it. Well, most people.
Okay.
People in bands don't.
That's right.
I'm kidding. They use their fingers.
Oh, no.
When you're on the tour bus and you don't have no toilet paper, what do you think you do? You reach down there with your fingers and you wipe it up.
No.
Then you take
no.
Then you take the other hand and you wipe it down the opposite direction.
Okay, stop.
And then you take your foot and you squeeze both of your feet. Sit down on the toilet seat. You take both of your feet and you squeeze them together around the knob, and you pull the door open with your feet because you can't touch the knob. And then when you get to the bathroom area, you stand on one foot, you put your elbow up on the table like this, and you reach out. How would I know this? Never mind. But when you wash it off, this is a really weird part. It doesn't wash off real easy.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I need to go take a break.
And, as long as you've got some wine,
Hand sanitizer.
you can take your time. Choosing my wine. Trying to decide which hand you're going to wipe it with. I'm just kidding. Do you want to really know the truth how they shit on a bus, honestly? And I'm not shitting you.
Okay.
This is no bullshit. There is no shitting allowed on tour buses. We shit on mine. But I shit on mine anyway. I don't know, nobody else shits in my tour bus. Do they? They better not. I don't think anybody does.
Sorry.
Just my shit is allowed in my tour bus. And so, but the thing, no, really, on the road, and it doesn't matter how big you are, who you are, whatever it is. Well, I guess some big stars don't give a shit. They don't give a crap about fucking up things on their bus. But you're supposed to, when you have 10 guys touring on the road with you, everybody brings Ziploc baggies with them. And you drop them in the bottom of the toilet. And you crap into the baggie. And then you Ziploc it tight. And then you put it in a trash baggie. And you put it underneath the little thing, the hood thing there. And then the first time we pull over, you got to pick it up and throw it outside.
That's for real? That's what they
do? For real.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I'm not a singer.
Yeah. It sucks. You can't shit on the bus. Because can you imagine if you had 10 guys shitting on a bus?
Well, not to talk about the smell, but yeah, there would be...
It's bad. It stinks like hell. You want to... I'm not kidding you. We have driven down the road with our heads out the windows. I'm not kidding you. Which can be dangerous. I almost got decapitated that way once.
I
yes.
remember that story.
Not good. Anyway, what were you talking about? Nothing.
We were talking about toilet paper.
Oh, toilet paper. That's right. Wiping our ass with our fingers and our hands. Yeah, that's okay.
That was a little too much information
It was a
for
nice story.
me.
Okay, back to the news. Headlines, anyway. What's up next?
Well, there's
Miss Jen?
a girl who has eaten nothing but McDonald's chicken nuggets for 15 years. And she recently was rushed to the hospital after she collapsed, struggling to breathe. She's okay. But it says that she has never touched greens or fruit and was found to have anemia and swollen veins in her tongue.
Why do you think that happened?
I'm not
Dr.
sure.
Jen. Let's call your doctor friend and ask her.
Well, she's on vacation this week.
So what? Is she really?
She's at Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, well, screw her then.
I know.
Damn. Disneyland. Disney World, excuse me. Sorry, Disney World. Get it right there. Okay, so what else you got?
Oh, that fascinated me. I don't know how someone can just eat one thing.
All of their lives.
Let me see here.
I tried to eat Chinese food all of my life once.
You did?
Yeah. It didn't work. It lasted like 3 days. Then I wanted a steak. Oh, my goodness. Anything else before we go on?
Well, let's see here.
You're supposed to be calling your friends right now, everybody, because we were going to make a call that's going to just kick your ass.
Did you know that sexy video clips influence young girls more than boys?
Sexy video clips?
Yes.
Wait, are you saying...
I'm not sure if they're talking about music videos or... But it has more influence on the thoughts, behavior, and self-image of girls than it does boys.
Well, I would think that Whoever did that study is full of shit because they obviously weren't a teenage boy. Sounds like that study was done by some 40-year-old lady to me because I think she's wrong. Let's see, what are we going to write to Heather here? We are talking about you on the radio right now.
So, Heather, you might want to call in and see what is going on.
Okay. All right. Anything else, real quick? Let's. Is there anything else that you want to touch on? Anything funny? Anybody out there doing stupid, weird, crazy stuff on in the world? There's a gentleman named Alex Jones that is now just recently declared. What?
I'm sorry, you said something funny, and a Scottish university is about to introduce a comic studies degree.
A comic studies degree?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like the comics
Comedy.
in the... Oh, comedy.
I think.
Does it say comedy or comics?
Well,
what the fuck? It's real simple. COMICCC.
It's Scottish. I'm trying to read.
But we are committing Facebook espionage right now, and nobody wants to join in because you're all a bunch of chicken shits, and you don't want to have any fun. And we're talking about you, and you have no idea what we're saying until you listen to the show later. But you don't want to hear it live. You don't. And we, you know what else also I get here is I do get remarks from people, chats, but they won't call in. They're embarrassed. They don't know what to say. They wouldn't know how to talk. They don't know. They think that I'm going to ask them certain questions that I prefer the drummer, Matt O'Brien. Shared a picture. He's with Burnt Custom Drums, but then he shared a picture of this girl with big knockers and nipples, and it says, "I prefer the drummer." And and then he gets a gazillion friggin' hits. So what do I have to do now? Freebird here. Freebird, this guy's a good guy. He was on the show last week, and he's not online right now. But Freebird is a gentleman that does Leonard Skinner tribute band kind of thing. Here's something that I found. This is something you might want to try on a cop sometime when he pulls you over. It says a state trooper had a perfect spot to watch the speeders, but wasn't getting any. Then he discovered the problem. He was still sleeping.
Oh, no.
And then when he woke up and realized that he was sleeping, and when he woke up, though, he was a 12-year-old boy. Dreaming that he had a radar trap ahead.
What are you reading?
He's just kidding.
Okay.
Then he discovered the problem, the true problem. A 12-year-old boy was standing up in the road with a hand-printed sign which read, "Radar trap ahead." You stupid cop. The officer also found the boy's friend down the road with a sign that read, "Tips, TIPS, and a bucket full of money." That's funny as shit. And we used to sell lemonades. Judy Pomposello is inviting me at this time to go play Disney's Ghost of Mistwood. So, yeah, Judy, I think I'll just quit the show here and go play Walt Disney cards with you right now.
Send her a message. Get her on the show.
You wouldn't know because you're supposed to be friggin' watching my show. But you're not. But you will later because we talked about you, see, and people will tell you that we're talking about you. Just like right now, we are talking about Heather. Heather is a Facebook friend of ours, and she's from Tennessee. She's a cowgirl, and she is at this time right now. I do know her. She's a little spunky, spirited little firecracker, and she is now looking for a rodeo partner. So Heather, here we are trying to promote you and talk to you about finding you a rodeo partner, because I know you're a good rider. Actually, I had part in training you in your riding, if you remember correctly, some of it, in some ways, in some manners. I'm the one that taught you how to save people's lives on a horse, remember? And if you look on my videos, some of my music videos, you can see Heather and a bunch of girls all flying around on horses, and those were all my Wrangler students at my ranch that I used to have, my dude ranch. And these girls were all taught to save lives on horses, man. They'd chase after you if your horse took off, and they'd chase up to you and pull you off the horse and come to a slow. I mean, it was a trip. Never thought they'd actually use it, and they started doing it quite often. They were just saving people's lives, just left and right. Blew me away. Anyway, Heather's one of those girls, and she right now is looking for a rodeo partner. I do believe she is a roper. So obviously, if she's looking for a partner. So anything else before we move on?
I'm just kind of browsing through music news. Let's see here. Amy Winehouse's London home is up for auction.
Who the hell is she?
Let's see here. Taylor Swift debuts State of Grace during X Factor Double Elimination.
What about Taylor now? Oh my gosh, Taylor. My gosh, man, I don't know. I've known her too long to pick on her. Plus, she's too big now to pick on. And her dad, he knows he's an asshole. And he knows that I know he's an asshole. And he's told me that I was an asshole too. One time, and threatened me one time to sue me, actually.
Oh. I hadn't heard this.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. Her dad had her on my show, and her dad heard her say some things that had to do with underwear, streaking, and other things that she was commenting on.
That wasn't bad. I don't think that wasn't bad at all.
No bad shit at all,
No.
but Dad's too protective and all this crap and worried about this and that. And so he walks up to me at the end of the interview and he says, Mark, if you use that piece right there, that you got to get rid of that piece, because I swear if you use that piece. And I said, oh, I won't. I promise I won't. And he says, no, I mean it. If you do, I'll sue you. I said, gee whiz, Mr. Swift. Relax, buddy. I'm not going to use it. She was too young anyway at that time, to be putting that stuff on the radio and everything about Taylor Swift. Now look at her. She's a big giant star. And she moved in next to the backstage studios in Tennessee, in Nashville. Her dad owns Swift Trucking. I don't know if you people have seen that before. Down the freeways, big guy, the big white trucks with Swift written down the side. Well, that's Taylor Swift's dad's place, or company, and they moved in right next to Backstage Studios in Nashville, and bought into a bus company, and now they own a whole shitload of buses that sit around and basically don't do too much. Anyway, so Louisa Lawless, we should prank call her.
Sounds like a pretty wild name.
David Legrand. No, David Legrand. Where the hell is my phone? David, where are you? David, you should be calling us tonight. David Legrand is... Judy keeps inviting me to play... I'm going to email Dave... studio right now. Live. Want to talk, my friend. Oh, telephone number would help. So anyway, David LeGrande. No, LeGrande. It's not LeGrande. It's LeGrande. It's actually David LeGrande. And he is a keyboard player, saxophone player. He played on my song, When I Look Into Your Eyes, that I just released not too long ago, which was a big Firehouse hit for a lot of years.
Oh, I like that song.
And anyway, so he's played on that. So we just now sent a message over to him. He might be playing though tonight. He actually might be on tour right now too with Heidi Fleiss. Heidi Fleiss. Just kidding. Not Heidi Fleiss. If he was on tour with Heidi Fleiss, he'd be in a hooker house right now. Just kidding. He after my gig is over, wish I hang out whole night. Also, I haven't stuck on you yet. What? Okay, here's what David LeGrand has sent back to me so far. Hey, man, I'm going to try to come out on the 29th after my gig is over. Wish I could hang the whole night. Also, I haven't heard Stuck on You yet. Can you email me a copy of the song? Thanks, man, Dave. Because he played on Stuck on You with me. Stuck on You. You know that song that I recently, And, oh, yeah. If you wanted to write a little something regarding the tracks I've done for you, I'll be happy to add the links to your iTunes page to my website for some extra visibility. Thanks. And here, all he has to do is get on my radio show. And I put it on there, but he hasn't answered yet. What the hell's up with that? We are waiting for Dave LeGrand to call us at 760-747-8243. And if you're going to be out there and be a little wimp and not call us tonight, well, that's just too damn bad. Because we're going to go out and have a good time without you guys. That's right. Coming up very, very shortly, prank call. And then later on in the third hour of our show, we will be talking about record label scams and how the record companies screw you over and how they take all of your money and leave you with absolutely zilch nothing but a big fucking head. It's true. They give you all this shit. They take it all away. The only thing that didn't take away from you was your damn ego. But that'll go too when the bank account disappears. Yeah, they screw you over. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, everybody thinks that they're going to be big stars and all that stuff, and they talk you into signing a contract with them. But what they don't tell you is that in that contract, you're going to spend money. They give you, like, let's say $300,000, and they tell you, okay, there's your money to go buy your studio time. There's money to go make a video. There's money to go rent a tour bus. There's money to go buy some stage clothes. And if you want a car, an apartment, this and that, and this and that. But what they don't tell you is that, well, let's just say that they'll give you an apartment. And you go, oh, cool, I want an apartment. They go, well, you know what? The record label has an apartment for you. We got you an apartment. And the guy goes, really? No shit? Yeah, just right down on there, Music Row. It's yours, man. And then he moves in. Then he goes, and they go, and by the way, you're going to be such a big star. We know you're going to be so huge. We've given you, here's a Mercedes. You walk out one day and the guy just hands you keys to a Mercedes. Here's your Mercedes. Or here's your truck or whatever it is. And then they take you to some parties and all that fun stuff. But the contract, you got to read it so carefully because it's so long. And what people don't understand when they sign a contract with a band or with a record label is the record label says, okay, here's your money for your studio time. But what they don't tell you is that they own the recording studio that you go and spend that money at.
Oh, so they're doubling their money.
So they're doubling it. Exactly, guys. Are you listening to this? This is no bullshit right here. This is the truth. And, man, they get pissed off when they hear me talking about this crap because that means that they can't fuck you over anymore if you know. So, yes, that is the first thing that they do. Then they don't tell you that the car that they gave you is leased. It's under their name and can be and will be taken from you at any time that you are not performing in the way that they want you to be. The apartment that they gave you, that they said that they got for you, is an apartment that they've owned for years, and they put musicians in and out of it all the time, telling them it's theirs.
Oh, wow. So they just cycle them through.
They cycle them through. And the car, probably 5 other guys have driven it before that got record deals. The rehearsal studios, they own the rehearsal studios, which is by chance, Coach, just by chance, at the same studio where you record your album at, which is also connected to another room where you will now do your video at. And they own the video company, they own the studio. Then they tell you need a tour bus. They don't tell you that they already leased the tour bus on years ago, and several stars have used it. It's just parked at Diamond Coach or my place or some place in Nashville where they just park buses, and they go, "Oh, here's your new bus," and and you don't own jack shit. None of it. You don't own any of it unless you're smart.
Unless you're smart. It's given all to you, and it's like a dream, and then it can all be just taken away.
Yes, they're to control you.
Wow.
It's just like a guy does to a woman sometimes when he wants to be controlling. He buys her a bunch of shit, makes him depend on her completely. And then when she doesn't perform the way that he wants her to, he just yanks it away. Exactly. It's the same thing with the record label, guys. Are you listening to me? It's the truth. And they take it all away. So, because they own everything. And, the radio spots and all that stuff, well, they may not own the radio stations, of course. But they've got enough politics and enough publicity that they buy radio stations buy radio record labels buy millions of dollars a year of radio time. And you can't get on the radio unless you have a record deal. You can't get a record deal unless you're in with the good old boys, and you can't get in with the good old boys unless you live in Nashville and kiss their ass and spend your money in all of their places, unless you do what I did, tell them to kiss your ass. And I did it all myself. And now I own my bus. I own my cars, my bikes. I own my business. I own everything that I got when I got my record deal.
And you're not held into a contract.
And I'm not held in. Well, it ended. I had a contract, but
I'm just saying, but they can't take it away.
Yeah.
You won't lose it.
There's no way now that they can take my bus or my cars or anything or the money that I earned in the time that I had my record deal with Big Star Records. So the trick is to find an investor that believes in your product and open up your own record label yourself and distribute your records yourself. And then you own everything. I used to have to give 92% of my sales to a record label. 92%. Are you kidding me?
Wow, so you're going to keep 8%?
Yeah.
How do you make money off of that?
Well, mass volume. You have to sell thousands and thousands and thousands, millions.
Yeah.
But if you sell 1 million records, then you make some money. A little bit, but the record company just cleans up the clock all the time. That's for sure. They know how to screw you, man. That's their job. They're like, lawyers. They're like presidents. They know how to fuck you over, get everything out of you that you would never believe that you'd think that they could even get out of you, and then they leave you high and dry. Period. I know a president that's like that. That was like, whatever. Don't even start there. And so anyway, that's the bad news about trying to get a record deal. We are going to make our prank call here right after this break coming up here. We're going to play a song, and then we are going to do our prank call. So don't you guys go anywhere. You are on Backstage Pass. I'm Mark Connors, your host, joined tonight by Jen. Just Jen. That's it. Just fucking Jen. Just Jen. Unless you got like a stage name of Jen, or Joan Jen, or Motorcycle Mama Jen, or Ninjetta Jen. That's what she is. I call her Ninjetta. And but anyway, we'll be right back in just a few minutes with our prank call. And you guys need to join us. Call everybody you know right now. Let them know you are watching Backstage Pass live, broadcasted to you around the world on this beautiful Saturday, November 17, 2012. You know what I'm going to do this weekend? I'm going to go sit on our friggin' yacht and have a good time with my girl. That's what I'm going to do. See ya in a few minutes.